What is up, YouTube? So today what we're going over is the clam shelter. Its price that it comes in at, what you should be expected to pay for something like this, what I got this for, the price point and everything, the materials it's made out of, if it's constructed well, and whether or not you should buy it. So let's get into this review and see what it's all about. So first things first, when you first get it, this is a used product, of course. I don't try to pay retail unless I have to, especially when you could get this clam shelter is right here. So it shows it. This one is 140 inches by 140 inches, roughly around 12.5 feet. Okay. It weighs 34 pounds. It's 210 denier fabric, and it's supposed to set up in 60 seconds. So this instant pop-up retails for around anywhere from like that $300 to $400 range. They make some, they have a few different models. I'll kind of link that somewhere in the description below, or I'll list it on this video. But the differences is of course sizes. They got like your 2-person, 4-person, and so forth. But they also have a version where it's all mesh. So the whole setup, the whole pop-up will be all mesh. And then like the top would be mesh. Then they have this version where the top is covered. You have the mesh sides. And then they have a version that has the sides already sewn in, where you could actually drop them down. This one, the sides are completely open, but you could add sides to it. They Velcro on. So the reason why I purchased this one over some of the other ones is, of course, I wanted size. Size was key. And I'm not a fan of the whole sewn on stuff, only because typically when you have a screen set up, where I live, it's not really too cold. So it's not like I'm using it as an ice shelter for like fishing and what have you. So having the detachable option is beneficial to me because I don't have to carry the fabric if I don't want to. But yeah, of course they just Velcro on, and it's all rain resistant and stuff. So I'll put some of the specs listed somewhere on the video. But also the reason why I purchased this one in particular was because the price was right. I got it for $125 when this one here sells for the $300 to $400 range, which I mean is a no-brainer, especially if it's in good condition. So we'll open it up and see what it comes with and see how it looks and make sure I got a good deal. Okay, so you take it out of the box, of course, and then you unzip it. Okay, a lot of people, or some people on the videos I seen, people were saying the bag was too small, this and that. But from what I could tell, this seems to be really easily put back into the bag itself. Maybe the older ones, maybe not. I'm not quite sure if it's a generational thing that they were having issues with, but comes with the instructions, so that's a good sign. If you buy a product, they come with instructions, you know that they probably took care of it because they didn't just disregard what was given in the package. Especially at the price point that this comes in at, that $300 to $400 range, I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it up. No one has that type of money just to fork out every time it messes up. So that's also a key feature to look out for, okay? So they come with these straps to strap everything down, so that way it's not fluffed out if you're having trouble putting them back in the box. This may have came with it and this may have not. I can't confirm that. And then this just flips out. Okay. Okay, so when putting this up, as you can see, it went up pretty easily. We just had to flip-flop it so that way we could find the inside and the outside, which it was inverted, so it's the wrong way. So that's why we did a whole tumble effect, so that way the outside could pop up very easily. As you can see, like I was saying, the top is built in. And the reason why I like the top built in is because it's stronger than this fabric. Not to say that this isn't strong, but the fact is that you don't have to worry about the rain fly. You know, you don't have to worry about it coming off, bringing that with you. And if you're using one of these, typically you're in a sunny area, so you need shade anyway, right? The panels, of course, Velcro in. This is real solid material. It's probably double the thickness of your standard tent material, like your Coleman tents. Also, got some stitching on the inside. I'll show you the inside right now, but Velcro. So once you put your panels on, you cover them, and then your panels drape down so the rain just rolls right off. This mesh material is almost like a double mesh. So it has one mesh going this way, and then another mesh on the inside, which is kind of offset to give you this finer mesh material. Okay, so some people say that this mesh is really poor because it's so tightly woven. I don't know if you can see that, but it's so tightly woven that it doesn't let a lot of airflow in. But I mean, you might as well just bring a little portable fan like a Milwaukee or whatever, portable battery powered one, and you should be okay if that's an issue for you wherever you're at. Okay, it has reinforced like this rubber fabric here, big old D-rings or eye bolts that are elongated, and then you got these pull straps on here just tug back. But as you can see, I was inside and I was just pushing out on everything. You have anchor points like this, so it keeps these from collapsing down. So as you can see, it pushes in, and then you got to step on it, pull back, and then it'll pop it out. You definitely want to stake it down because or put some tie downs through here to pull out on it to prevent it from collapsing. You have a pretty heavy duty zipper setup here. It's a real wide one, and like I said, I got this used and there's no holes in it from what I could see. It's very spacious. You have areas like this that have where they paid attention to details, so they stitched this on to the back side with the Velcro so nothing rips through. Everything's stitched. You have cutouts here that allow the pivoting points, and then it's like you have your flexible fabric here and then a tightly woven fabric up here where it's going to apply all the pressure. These right here feel like they're all aluminum. They're pretty heavy duty. I hear that these parts are easily replaceable if for whatever reason you break it. It arches up and over, and then you have a pull right here, so you can pull this down and pop it down, but this is also metal. Okay, you got big D-rings or big eyelets right here. Like, I want to say that's about 1 inch hole. Really huge. This one did not come with any tie down stuff, so it doesn't matter to me. I got my own tie downs and that type of stuff. And then of course you got your door here, so to reinforce the door, because you don't want just fabric hanging, right? So what they include is these poles that fold up and drop down. So as you can see, they're hinged with the hard rubber fabric there. They drop down, lock in, and then down here you pin it through these little catches where that would go, and then you Velcro everything all the way up, and it holds your structure, your door. Okay, so this is the Clam Quick Set gazebo tent. Remember, they also make regular tents. Gazelle makes them too. I don't know if they're a parent company or what it is, but Gazelle makes the same type of setup. by Clam. This one is. So as far as the anchoring points, once you anchor those up, I'm gonna use the long, like 9-inch anchors for this instead of the little tiny cheap ones that the tents give you. I recommend doing a quick disconnect, like a carabiner or S-beaner or whatever, on some rope where you could attach it to an anchor point here, just so that way this doesn't collapse on you if someone bumps into it. Especially if you're cooking inside or doing something, you don't want it falling on anything hot if you happen to be cooking inside of it. Your mesh lining here should resist some water if it rains, so it's tightly woven to kind of repel that down a little bit. But if it's heavily raining, definitely consider grabbing those little panels that you could put on. Okay, so this was very fast putting up, of course, and as you can tell, I'm sweating because it's about 109 degrees today. So if it wasn't that fast to put up, I would not have put it up today because I'm sweating bullets. Let's get this popped down and see how easy it is to get back in the bag. First time doing it, first time putting it up, and first time taking it back down. Okay, so modifications. There's going to be some modifications to come. Of course, I like to modify things. This doesn't necessarily need modification, but I love to modify things, so it's going to happen. First of all, got to get rid of these ties. I'm gonna probably go with Velcro, like a big Velcro strap or something to do. Maybe even some bungee cords or something instead. I'm not sure. And then also this fabric, I need to find a way to keep this on, so maybe I'm gonna put some Velcro on the top of it and sew in some Velcro to this fabric just to stick on there and make things a little bit easier, and then maybe some elastic around here sewn into the perimeter of this fabric or some other fabric I have, because these are made to keep it from cutting into your fabric here and messing that stuff up. Also, this is kind of weird. This is on frame here, and I believe this is from just use from the other owners, but the finishing doesn't look like it's stitched straight. Kind of offset. That's kind of weird. It doesn't harm the function so far. So that's going to complete today's video. It was just a quick overview of this stuff. I mean, I can't speak on how long it's going to last because I haven't used it. Of course, you know, from what I could see, the materials used, I mean, this thing's going to last you longer than your typical tents that you buy. So I definitely recommend this, given my first impressions. Never pay retail if you don't have to, but for this, I would definitely pay retail if I had to. That's going to complete today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That's greatly appreciated. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting, definitely consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.